You know what? Nah, I won't do that real quick yet. Probably better for me to wait a minute first. Let things kind of get warmed up. Coffee. There we go. Let's get it freshly loaded up here. All that stuff. Oh, there it is. Have this bad boy ready to go too. Last snaz. Come on. There we go. What is that little hole? See any ice agents in Portland yet? Dude, there's a whole ice facility here. Like, they have an entire fucking, office facility, detainment center in one building. Yeah, of course there's ice here. Yeah. They're just starting in different cities first, from what I could tell. And plus, also, like, when it comes to Portland being a blue state, too, being where we're at, kind of like a sanctuary city type of thing. Like, there's extra jurisdiction involved to where, technically they can't really do shit for now. Doesn't stop them from wanting to, gavel up people and shit, but, I mean, there's some elements of, process to it for now. Clean up Portland next spot. Oh, we'll be ready for it. I like to see him fucking try. Not saying you do, but people underestimate, Portlanders, when, like a fascist regime decides to fucking want to, play hardball, like with Trump, or when it came to Bush back in the day. Or even during Occupy Wall Street, too. I mean, dude, people, kind of forget that, Portland goes hard a little bit with this shit. You also mentioned Albuquerque. Well, it's within the 100-mile radius of the border. That's why. Any land that's within 100 miles of a border, including international waters, or, the border of an ocean, like Portland, for example, then that it qualifies it to, be within ICE jurisdiction. So, of course, Albuquerque is getting mentioned. It's within that 100-mile radius of the border and shit, so. I did see some that my friend Marcus at Rip City's brother sent in the group chat, where someone literally painted a swastika on a Tesla. Yeah, it's on a Tesla car already, and that's making me want to do it now. Get rotten eggs and chuck them at them, and then when they get out, be like, "What the fuck?" Just hand spray paint cans to one of my buddies, and just pss, 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 and just say Nazi muskrat, on the side of it too. It's truly a blue state. I've seen plenty of jets here. It's mostly Albuquerque makes it state blue. Well, what do you think Oregon's like? People think Oregon's hardcore deep blue, but it's not. There's plenty of chuds and, conservatism that's out here. A lot of good old Southern boy redneck types that live out here. So, frankly, I mean, that's not exactly unusual. So, and frankly, that's the same for a lot of blue states. California is the same way. As much as, pretty much all of the South and pretty much every, little rural conservative, huckle fuck buckle area, it's just, all thinking, California is all, one absolute monolith. Serious Knots probably should do something about that. You mean the country has a Nazi problem? Our entire country's got a Nazi problem. I think, collectively as a country, we need to be dealing with that shit. So, I don't think that's just uniquely an Oregon problem. And sadly, not even frankly a problem just in the US either. I mean, you got like the AFD in Germany rising up. England has been fucking who knows what. Like going weird and shit. And red states. Well, yeah, red states also have very blue areas too. Like Texas has Dallas, Houston, and like Austin, shit like that. And then you got like Tallahassee, Miami for like Florida, Asheville for like Tennessee and shit. Yeah, and then Louisiana's got New Orleans. You got like Birmingham and Alabama, so yeah, you got your, blue areas for sure. It's just usually they tend to be underrepresented in a way because of gerrymandering too, because a lot of the state is predominantly red, and a lot of those states usually are there for, gerrymandering reasons. If you were to like do it, strictly by population, and stuff like that, like, proper districting, a lot of these states would genuinely probably be purple-y. Maybe not full blue, but at least purple. There wouldn't be as many red states as people think. But thank the Electoral College for that. If we didn't have that, it wouldn't be as big of a problem, I think. It's like the Vegas back there. Yeah. Well, Vegas is like its own thing, basically. In comparison to like the rest of Nevada, like Vegas is basically just its own little thing. Granted, in a weird way, that's actually good because I've spent time in Vegas before. I've like had a layover twice going to Texas and from Texas, like over there in Vegas, and honestly, like it's pretty legit. I mean, like I was an all-nighter for both times, so frankly, I didn't really have anything to check out or anything besides just like a couple casinos. But hey, whatever. It was fun. The nightlife was cool. I mean, outside of it being exceptionally super flashy and shit, it doesn't really, like differ too much from any other nightlife from other cities. It's just a huge tourist destination, so everybody, is there to go gambling, go to shows, and drink all night and shit like that. So, in a way, it's not exactly too much different from like how Portlandians like to kind of do their things. Because even after like bars close up at like 2 or 2:30, there's definitely a lot of people that will be like, yo, before it's like 2:30 and the alcohol cut off in the states, hits. Let's go grab a couple beers and like a 6-pack or something. Hang out until like 4:30 in the morning. I would know because of experience. Met more Spanish speakers than I did ever in Alabama. Well, yeah, it's New Mexico. Like the Southwest is, also got like a heavy, Hispanic demographic there too, including up here, which I love it because like there's a lot of awesome food, like a lot of cool music scenes and shit. I dig it. But they eat the dogs and they're literal terrorist scum. Even if some of them are born here, they are actually citizens. So we gotta say fuck them all. Literally, like, go to schools, go to hospitals, go everywhere and anywhere without warrants, and just round them up, folks, just round them up. Which, that sounds pretty also not theistic, too. Even my friend Brian, he was like, yeah, definitely kind of wanted him a little more, but now I'm not sure because that's fucked up and shit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm kind of looking at him thinking, like, I know you're not a political guy at all, but, you see why I hate the bastard? Because I saw this coming from a mile away. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's fucked. And then, like, this thing about threatening women's rights and protection on abortions is fucked up, too. And I'm just like, yeah, like, that's just also a Republican consensus. That's not even just his, consensus. It's like, I think he's realizing, like, yeah, maybe I should pay attention at least a little bit, and stuff. Which is good. That's why, don't, get at him for saying that he did, support him or whatever the fuck, because, and like, realistically, I know he probably wouldn't if he actually, like, if you put down the brass tacks of everything that he's done so far, including in his first term and afterwards and shit. And just his past, too, like with his dad as well, like, when he was a landlord and being a land baron. Like, there's all sorts of fucking things about the fucker that, frankly, like, once you break it down, the brass tacks of it all, you realize, like, how much of a genuine fucking scumbag that he is. Because when I first started the dude back in, like, 2015, when he first, like, started making his, appearances and shit, I thought he was just known for The Apprentice and, was, like, trying to do a bunch of, like, fucking, like, firm related kind of stuff, like equity firm shit, like owning different companies and just plastering his name on it, which is kind of true, but that's why I just thought it was. He's just like another one of these weird little fucking moguls out there, which I guess is true too. But, of course, the more sinister reality about the fucker is a lot more darker than what, the very surface level is. I swear, if this thing is running out of juice now, I'm not going to be happy. Okay, good. I also like how this song, too, in particular in the background, is probably more accurate and true than ever these days. It's partly why I decided to start it with the music in the background. It's been on my mind lately. This coffee is definitely really good. The one thing I just don't like about coffee is just coffee jitters. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Other than that, I like me some coffee. It'll get me energized for my shit to do today. Wish I could do more of what I wanted to do today, but the one place I wanted to check out, like their main office, is like closed on Fridays until Sunday. They're open Monday, which annoys me because, like, why not just make it a Monday for Friday and be simple like most places are? But they're not, so can't do that until Monday, which is annoying. But at least there's a few other things I could be doing for a little bit for later today. But I need to wake up, get this coffee in me, hang out for a little bit, get the brain all just jostled. Oh, I should probably also quit the chat filter thing. I know that likes to be done. There we go. I don't need YouTube being a nanny. Oh my god, my fucking nose is driving me nuts with like nasal drip today. Holy fucking shit. And I have nothing to blow my nose with right now. Motherfucker. Ah. I'm like trying to like keep it out from like slowly but surely wanting to come out. It's fucking annoying. Ugh. I would just say fucking blow it into my sleeve, but that's kind of nasty and I don't want to do that. Oh, that felt good. Oh, back stretches. Oh, stretch out that sleepy back. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that is good. Well, besides Trump being basically a piece of shit, what other little fucking little things are going on for today? What other little bits of news is going on for this evening? I know that like some Republican like judge actually kind of blocked at least some parts of this whole mass deportation bill that Trump was trying to do with executive order, which which I don't know how strong that's going to be because like is Trump really going to give that much of a fuck? Is he actually going to really like abide by that? No, but maybe like when it comes to certain jurisdictions in like certain areas, like in Portland, for example, maybe that's where it helps with the protections, but. I haven't looked into like all the specifics on it, but I know it's at least hopefully something that could potentially, halt or at least, hinder some of that bullshit. And a Republican judge too, out of all judges, it's like, okay. Actually, I think honestly there are some Republicans that are a lot more like old guard, like I'm just economic conservative, those types. Like the Varney types, like I think they're all like, a little like maybe some of this is a little probably bad for the economy and stuff like that. I don't know about this. Because there's like one of his like heads, and shit, like of the like his administration was like in charge of this. It's like, yeah, I think we should just go ahead and just like just bomb them and stuff like that. When it comes to Mexico and shit. And Stuart Varney, like on Fox News, like one of their bigger lapdog conservative types is like, you think that that's kind of a radical change and kind of a pushing, don't you think? And it's like, yeah, but we're just gonna do it anyway. And Varney just literally had this look of like, what? Like, huh? Even he looked shocked. I think if some of that shit was to go down, and like that actually starts happening, at least on that level, then I have a strong feeling that even like some people on the Republican side thinks are not going to be too pleased about it. I know like a lot of cops are now like saying fuck him now too at this point because of pardoning all the Jan 6 rioters and shit. Like he lost a lot of support and endorsements from a lot of different like cop unions and shit like that and different departments. Because, like, well, at least, we agreed on, having them all arrested. But if you're doing that, then evidently law don't care about you. You don't care about that and shit. Blah, 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 blah. Which I kind of find ironic because, well, they're cops. Like, they give a fuck about the law either. But even they are kind of like, what the fuck? We're not supporting that. So, even like, not even the first weekend is already, burning bridges now at this point. Ones that, I would think that, would behoove them to at least keep and support. Get all the legals out. Well, you realize that the precedent that, sets with it too on top of that would actually be worse, especially doing it in this way. Because, I mean, frankly, also a lot of people that tend to be undocumented or illegals are also ones that usually are overseeing work visas and, and things of that nature. Or like tourist visas even. Like people that, just, when their visas expire, don't leave basically. And that's makes up a large swath of what's considered people who are undocumented. A lot of them tend to probably have been here like for like decades too, as well. Like because a lot of them are also trying to use that as an ability to eventually have naturalized citizenship and then potentially eventually settle down. And those type of people are literally just trying to make a living. Like, so, I mean, realistically, honestly, the best thing is just to streamline, the process of naturalized citizenship and just let them fucking, just be citizens at that point. What about that bag? I'm not. I took it out of there because I didn't want it in there.
Okay, yeah, you put like blankets and stuff like that back in the air out.
I got a lot of homeless and jobless people that could work though. I know. I mean, I'm not homeless, but I'm still actively, trying to find a job right now, mostly because I got fired for bullshit reasons. Doesn't have my control. But, like, considering that a lot of companies are always, bemoaning about, oh, well, no one ever wants to work. But then there's people like me that are like, hey, I'm perfectly able. There's plenty of people that are perfectly able, but a lot of times they're like, well, do you have experience, and shit like that? It's like, well, in this particular field, no, because I'm trying to gain experience and, branch off a little bit. And they're like, well, you kind of need some experience and you need this and that, blah, blah, blah. Or they just don't get back to you. Even though I am, been consistently pressuring a lot of these different places, they're just like, no, we'll probably get back to you and just blah, 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 blah. I mean, frankly, I'd be blaming a lot of the bosses and shit about, people not wanting to really go out there and work, because it's not like people don't want to, because people definitely do. But, a lot of it is also because people don't want to work for the wages they offer, but also a lot of times they don't, just take in people when they easily could. I mean, frankly, a lot of the problems with that I'd be blaming on, not other people trying to find jobs, whether they're undocumented, documented, or homeless, or whatever. I've been blaming, the fucking companies that, just like to do this whole rope-a-dope bullshit. Even one of my friends that's been staying with me tried to reapply back to FedEx, and they rope-a-doped him basically because after they did a background check, they realized that the last time he was there, he had too many no-call, no-shows. And basically decided to, before he got officially 100% hired back again, decided to, dump him, when he went up there the other day. And it's like, basically the entire time leading up to that was like, oh, well, just once you get like your ID thing situated and, come up here for training and shit like that, then whatever, it'll be fine. But then when it goes up there to get, after all that's sorted out, they're like, nah, which is stupid. It's like, I mean, especially if somewhere like FedEx is hurting to get people and shit, even if that's the case, it's called like, second or third chances and shit. Like, if it happens again, then fire his ass, I guess. But like, if he's there committed to come back to work and, go, get, the job going and shit, then, I don't see any issue, to like, not at least just have him back. Shitty. Yeah, it's stupid. Don't know where he is at right now. He's out and about doing something, but it's definitely one of those things where it's like, there's definitely a lot of people out there trying to, apply and shit, but a lot of these places just want to, be really fuckety about it. At least like one of the places I'm trying to look at is more of like, more of a mom and pop kind of thing. It's not like a small business thing. It's not like a huge corporate shit. And that problem is just because their manager, like, is like working quick shifts and doesn't want to be bothered because he's doing that, or he's just not there. And it's like, well, I am a cook at, that can work at a bar and stuff too, so why not hire me? Like I'm pressuring about this. I know what to do. It's like, it's not that hard, for me to, man a grill or handle a fryer and shit like that. And obviously this manager of the place and the establishment is doing that because, they're, like, because he's understaffed. So from there, it's like, well, just, sit down for 30 minutes and like interview me for a little bit. Hell, you could probably hire me on the damn spot. It's ridiculous. Got bounce home, give up a good fight. Yeah, of course, man. Hey, knowing what, I've heard about like what Trump wants to do to Portland and stuff, I mean, I'm sure there'll be definitely extra fights happening around too. It was from what Venom says, but who knows? Could be sooner than that. Because it's always fun, partake in those. Done them before. Ain't usual to me. It's been years since I've had my daily intake of tear gas and stuff like that. It's very healthy. I at least get like 10 milligrams of of CS gas right into the lungs, deep in those lungs. Helps clear out them pores. In a fucked way, it actually does, but it is like the worst way to do it, obviously. Hopefully my sarcasm is at least running very strong with that, because it's very fucking terrible. Because even once it, like, you know, the actual fog of it disperses, it's still in the air. So even if you think you're safe and you take your mask off or something, then you're all like, it will immediately hit you like a fucking ton of bricks. I also find it ironic that it is a war crime to use that in war, but yet, you know, like, it's totally okay for crowd dispersal and shit like that. It's like, yeah, using this in combat, war crime. Against the general populace, it's fine. Hey, shut up. There's nothing out there for you. You homunculus. Like, excuse me, bud. Do you mind? Oh, jerk off. Yeah. Almost out of my coffee. No. No. What are you prancing around about? Can I help you? What? What do you want? Damn. Goofy ass little thing. Good lord. I'll never understand this absurd little munchkin. I think we're gonna do a little keep bow too. Get a little keep bow loaded up, finish my coffee, and all that fun shit. And get some of my shit I need to get done for the day. Luckily, it's not too much, but at least there's some art to it, though. But gotta wait till Monday for all that bullshit. Bada boom. And shada boom. Now, I'll put that down for a second. And get this bad boy open. Ooh, nice. Alrighty. I think it'll just be easier doing that. Yep. There we go. Here we go. And it's all keeped up and ready to go. What are you doing over there, you little munchkin? Better not be sniffing into something you shouldn't be getting into. Scavenging asshole bastard. Yeah. Yeah, don't be doing that. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'll change the tune up a little bit too. All right. Ooh. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, that's nice. Well, here's hoping that at least get some progress with some Jabrino progressionos, but we shall see. We shall see. But anyway, we'll keep coughing. Well, let's go good for now and come back a little later tonight and see what goes on for a little bit later. So, until